Hello friends and welcome back to Diary of an Impulse Buyer, where I spend my money so that you don't have to. And today I have some super exciting news. I was able to e-thrift one of my dream dresses from one of my dream brands, Fanciful Doll, and I have it here for you. So today we're going to be doing my very first fashion review on this channel. I've been wanting to do fashion reviews for a long time. I've had so many ideas stored up, but this was the first one, so we're gonna get into it today. Now, I was able to get this dress on Poshmark from one of my biggest inspirations for this channel, Terry Berry. Do check out her content if you'd like, but we're not affiliated at all. She doesn't know that I'm the one who bought this. This was kind of just a super fun opportunity. But anyway, we're going to get right into things. I got one of my dream dresses for over 70% off. I've always loved Fanciful Doll as this whimsical brand that makes these amazing princess dresses, and also for their ability to help me achieve my dream of becoming, or at least dressing like, a fantasy protagonist. However, there's always been one thing that's kind of barred me from actually buying from them: their really high price tag. Now, Fanciful Doll does have some mini and midi dresses that are less expensive, but what really drew me in was their full-on princess dresses, which can range anywhere from $600 to $1,500 depending on the style you choose. Now, I don't necessarily think that Fanciful Doll is overpriced. All of Fanciful Doll's dresses are made by hand and are comprised usually of really high quality materials like cotton or organza, creating these really beautiful princess-like silhouettes. I knew that the labor-intense hours combined with the nice materials and the sheer size of some of these gowns were what all conglomerated together into making that luxury brand price tag, basically. And while I did obviously respect the effort and craftsmanship that goes into these dresses, I could never afford to buy one for myself. Until now, that is. As I mentioned earlier, I found Terry Berry selling her Fanciful Doll Chantilly Rose Debutante gown for $200 instead of the retail price of $700. Now that is way more affordable for me. And so I snatched it up and we're gonna review it today. Okay, so I have the package sitting off to the side. I'm not gonna show it to you guys because it is just kind of a bag with my address on it, and no. But I will open it here for you guys and we can take a look at this right out of the package. She's here, she's huge, and she's a little crinkly. So right out of the box, this is gorgeous. Like, look at how stunning this is. This is the bodice, and then, the entire rest of it is the skirt. There is a lot of it here. It's absolutely giant, but I can't wait to put it on. It feels really nice. The cotton feels very soft and breathable. It doesn't feel like, I don't know, polyester or any cheap fabric like that. I am so excited. I don't necessarily think this is the most flattering angle to see this dress at, so let's go put it on. The first thing that stuck out to me when I took this out of the bag was just how huge it is. It's made of premium cotton and lace, and that makes up all of 6 ruffled tiers of this dress. It has a bone bodice, lace-up back, and giant puff sleeves that can be worn either up or off the shoulder. Fanciful Doll says on their website that this debutante style is inspired by dresses like Scarlett O'Hara's in Gone with the Wind. The pattern is this soft baby pink flower, kind of like watercolor painted onto a white background. A few things to note right off the bat: the lace-up strings are super long, which is actually really nice as this allows for a super easy size adjustment. There's also a zipper just behind the lace-up as well. The lace-up definitely helps cinch you in and make a more flattering silhouette. One thing I dislike about my own body is how rectangular I am. My torso is really straight up and down with no curve or taper. However, unlike a lot of dresses, I think the Chantilly Rose Debutante dress is really flattering on me. It creates this nice tapered shape, and it doesn't compress my rib cage or make breathing difficult or anything else uncomfortable. The bodice's boning is pretty minimal. I don't think there's a whole lot of actual bones. There's a little bit of plastic you can feel in it, but it does still look nice, although it would have been kind of helpful if there'd been some built-in cups to the dress. Now, I am extremely short. I'm about 5'1", so this skirt does definitely drag on the floor for me when I'm wearing it without shoes or a petticoat, and even with those, it still drags a little bit. This is what I look like when I wear it with my giant 4-inch heels, and this is what it looks like when I'm wearing it with a petticoat underneath it. Okay, so even with the petticoat helping to support it, guys, this dress is heavy. The cotton and lace still help it be kind of girly and flowy even with the weight, but it would definitely be a lot to tackle without them, and my hanger was even struggling a bit on its own. The color is really nice and the pattern is really pretty. The cotton feels soft and breathable, although the dress did arrive super wrinkly and is definitely in need of steaming. All in all, I think this dress is super pretty. I definitely feel like a princess wearing it. It feels very high quality and like a genuine ball gown or princess dress rather than like a costume of one. It is definitely one of my favorite princess dresses in my collection, which I'm going to do a review of eventually. I love how, especially with the sleeves off the shoulder, it almost resembles a ball gown from the Victorian period. If you've seen the Netflix movies, it almost makes me feel like Enola Holmes with its elegant, again, Victorian-esque style. Obviously, both this dress and the Enola Holmes movies are not the most historically accurate, but I think you get what I'm saying. Now that being said, as much as I love this dress, I don't know if I would say it would be worth it at its normal price tag. At $700, while it is beautiful and well crafted, I just don't know if I could justify buying this dress even though I love it. For example, I have some princess dresses that are just as pretty as this one but in a more Lolita style, and I got those for around $100 on Taobao. There are other princess dress brands like Selkie and Lace Made that have similar pricing to Fanciful Doll, but just for me personally, anything above like $250 is out of my price range. I know there are a lot of beauty YouTubers with really huge Fanciful Doll collections, and I am super glad they were able to buy these and support a small business like Fanciful Doll, but unfortunately, I am not currently able to do that. To end on a slightly more fun note, I do want to talk about a few ways you can style this dress. Obviously, it's pretty on its own, but it is fun to explore how you can accessorize it. Now, I'm not exactly a fashion guru or style expert, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But if I've learned anything from Andrea's Fashion Galaxy, it's that there are so many ways you can style dresses by simply adding a belt. Honestly, I think this would be really pretty with like a big pearl scalloped belt. I'm kind of thinking like the pearls on Sophia the First dress. Do you know what I'm talking about? I also think this would look nice with my pearl necklace, and it would probably be pretty with some pearl earrings too. I just think this dress would go nicely with pearls since white pearls and white lace kind of match. I also have this white headband with some ruffles that I like with it, and if you want to go more simple, I think just a gold heart-shaped locket would give it the simple book protagonist look. Some white gloves, a fan, and/or a parasol would also increase the Victorian vibes on this dress. And finally, here's a crown that I thought looked nice with it. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. As always, I don't encourage impulse buying or say that a shopping addiction is a good idea. I'm just here to help my fellow impulse buyers know what is and isn't worth their money. If you're interested in supporting the channel, I do have my Flower Nose affiliate link in the description, as well as my 15% off Judy Doll code DIARY15. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use these, but it does help me create more review content like this for you. So do check those out if they seem interesting to you, and I will see you guys next time.